Russia-Ukraine war news. Russia displays nuclear weapons on state television. As Russia conducts tactical nuclear weapons training along the border with Ukraine, a Russian television personality boasted about his country's nuclear arsenal during a broadcast on state TV. On his Vesti Nedely segment, Kremlin propagandist and state-run Russia 1 TV host Dmitry Kiselyov displayed images of Russian military deploying the weaponry. Following what the Kremlin has characterized as aggressive remarks and threats from the West, Russian President Vladimir Putin this month ordered the military exercises. Russian military drills meant to maintain the readiness of personnel and equipment of units for the combat use of non-strategic nuclear weapons and in response to provocative statements and threats by individual Western officials against the Russian Federation are the stated goals, according to Russia's defense ministry. As part of the exercise, we will be putting into practice several procedures for dealing with non-strategic nuclear weapons, the defense ministry announced, after French President Emmanuel Macron proposed sending NATO troops to Ukraine and British Foreign Minister David Cameron proposed allowing Ukraine to use British weapons for attacks on Russian soil. Russia published the statement. Kiselyov featured videos made public by Russia's military on his official TV show. The Russian military launched an Iskander mobile short-range ballistic missile system in one of the clips. A other one had a long-range bomber Tu-22M3 and a MiG-31 aircraft armed with a Kinzhal hypersonic missile, beginning with practical testing of the preparation and use of non-strategic nuclear weapons in the southern military district. The Russian Defense Ministry announced on May 21 that the drill's first stage had begun. Dmitry Peskov, spokesman for the Kremlin, criticized Cameron's comments, calling them dangerous and an example of verbal escalation that could endanger the security of Europe. The Ukrainian war has escalated, and according to Peskov, this might threaten European security and the overall security architecture of the continent. We are deeply concerned about this trend of public comments that is dangerously heightening tension. Putin stated in September 2022 that Russia was ready to protect its territorial integrity using nuclear weapons, emphasizing that this is not a bluff. Our strategic nuclear forces are in a position of full preparedness, the Russian president declared at his February 29th annual State of the Nation speech in Moscow. There has been an uptick in long-range Ukrainian strikes targeting Russia's nuclear ballistic missile early warning radar network. 3 stations have fallen victim to the drone attacks in the last 2 months. 2 of these strikes happened only last week. On May 22, a drone incident occurred at the Armavir radar station in the southern Krasnodar area, causing damage to a Voronezh DM radar. In this location you can find 2 Voronezh DM radars, each with a range of around 3,730 miles, 6,000 kilometers. According to RFE/RL's Russian service, the assault seemed to have destroyed a facility that housed one of the radars. Currently, the nearest land under Kyiv's control is over 300 kilometers away from the site. A more audacious strike followed the Armavir attack very soon after. A drone from Ukraine flew 930 kilometers on May 26 from territory under Kyiv control to aim at a Voronezh M radar close to the Kazakhstani border, in the Orenburg area, near the city of Orsk. It is yet unknown how bad the damage is at the Orsk site. The list of targets is expanding as Kyiv prioritizes Russia's long-range radar and oil-producing infrastructure, but this attack might be the longest-range drone strike that Ukraine has carried out so far.